Today I'm going to tell you why I ate 3,000 calories for so many years, why I don't eat that way anymore, and the results I've seen in my body since I've made the switch. It's important that I say that eating 3,000 calories for the first few years, for the first 4 years or so, throughout my low-fat raw journey was so incredibly important. It was because I found the raw food lifestyle 2 years before that, and I struggled going up and down trying to eat like 1,500 calories a day. It never worked for me, and I needed something different. So when I found the 3,000 calorie model, when I first heard of the low-fat raw vegan movement and the whole lifestyle surrounding it, I needed something to believe in. I needed to trust that I never had to restrict my calories again. I needed to go as far away from that restriction mentality, completely in the other direction, as far as I could go. But there was one thing for me that never resonated, and that was the idea that if you don't feel satisfied, just eat more fruit, eat more carbs. That's the answer to all of your problems. Unfortunately for me, that never actually worked. So while I was eating raw in the first couple of years, I had a few crutches. I would fall back to eating salt at first for the first year. Then when I kicked salt out of my diet and I started to get amazing results after that, I fell back on eating more nuts. Then about a year and a half ago, I fell back onto eating starches, things like corn, and I got terrible results from doing that. And it was because I never felt truly satisfied eating around 5% fat and just packing in all the carbs I could. I knew there had to be a better answer, so when I found yoga this past year, I started to ask myself some critical questions that completely revolutionized and changed my diet in the most positive way. I really thought to myself, why am I still eating 3,000 calories a day? Am I hungry for 3,000 calories a day? Well, the answer was no, actually. Most times I could be satisfied on a lot less than that. Was I worried that I would return to my restrictive background and restrict my calories to like 1,500 or 1,000? Well, I wasn't really worried about that anymore because now I had the lifestyle of abundance ingrained in me, and I knew that I would never restrict my calories or go back to that lifestyle ever again. Did I think that I wouldn't get enough nutrition unless I was eating 3,000 calories a day? Well, I started to plug my calories into a program like Chronometer to see that if I ate 2,000 or 2,200 calories in a day, I actually still got more than enough of everything I needed. But then I had to delve into the area of why didn't I ever feel satisfied just packing in more carbs? Why, when I tried to eat starches a year and a half ago, did it have a disastrous effect on my body? I needed to find the one thing that I was missing that would satisfy me in a way that I'd never felt before on the raw food lifestyle. When I started practicing yoga regularly, I was introduced to the concept of listening to my body, which I'd never really done before. I followed a lot of different ideas from what other people told me, but I never really listened to what my specific body needed, and that was the key. So I was eating around 7% fat a day, and I raised my fat percentage to anywhere from 10 to 20% fat. And another really big thing is I forced myself to stop feeling guilty about eating more fat. I had this dogma ingrained in my mind from following other people and thinking that their word was 100% true. After a few days of raising my percentage of fat to anywhere between 10 and 20%, usually around 15%, I felt like a different person. I was eating as much as I felt comfortable eating, which ended up being around 2,200 calories a day. I felt comfortable eating that much, and for the first time in my life, I felt satisfied. Not satisfied because I'd eaten so many calories that I couldn't imagine putting another morsel of food in my mouth, but satisfied on an emotional level, on a physical level, on a mental level, and I felt freaking fantastic. And now for the last couple months, I have eaten around 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day. Sometimes I eat more, sometimes I eat less, and I listen to my body, and I eat a little bit more fat, and I feel great, and I don't have to go to the mega extreme of ultra low fat or the mega extreme of super high fat. I feel like my raw lifestyle now represents who I really am as a person, which is having a balanced approach. I always try to do that. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are now about this transition, and if you've experienced the same, post them in the comments below. Do you eat 3,000 calories a day, or do you choose not to, and how does that make you feel? If you're curious about this or you want to try it for yourself, I really encourage you to. Don't take anyone's word for absolute truth. You've got to try it for yourself, and then you'll know if it works for you or not. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to 40BelowFruity, and keep checking back for more videos every Monday and Thursday, and I will see you guys next time.